Okay, everybody, here we go. Good morning. Welcome to Against the Public for October 24th. I'm Dana Lane. Today I have 3 free National Hockey League selections. Help kickstart your midweek bankroll. After we finish, please go to pickdawgz.com where you can expect to find my premium NBA, college football, NHL, NFL, all the selections for Thursday's card will be up on pickdawgz.com. Remember, you can get my NBA and NHL 3-pack tomorrow for just $49.99. Every 3-pack, every individual play always comes with our Pick Dawgz win guarantee. In addition, there's only one way to get every play that I release, and that's to simply become an all-access member, and you could do that over the next 30 days for less than $11 a day, the next 90 days for less than $10 a day, or better yet, guys, just jump on that all-access pass for the next 365 days for just $3.70 a day. So you get every play that I release, whether it's the NFL, college football, NHL, NBA, college basketball, or Major League Baseball, for just $3.70 a day. You can throw it on the credit card. We'll pay it off a little at a time, and we're going to have ourselves a terrific ending to 2024. Okay, let's get to your free plays for Thursday. We'll start things off 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Game number 43 and 44, Florida Panthers against the New York Rangers. Rangers minus $1.45 at home. 6 is your total. Sergei Bobrovsky, 3-2-1, 3.47 goals against, 875 save percentage against Igor Shesterkin. Shesterkin 4-0-1 this year, a 1.98 ERA. Yeah, I knew I was going to say ERA. Goals against, 932 save percentage. Now keep in mind, guys, I just want you to know that, speaking of ERA, we know how quickly these probable pitchers can be in Major League Baseball. It's even worse in the NHL. So do make sure you double check. I use goaliepost.com. They usually are pretty accurate with the probables, but these are not confirmed. There is a difference between probables in Major League Baseball, which you can kind of lean on, and confirmed starters, which usually will not happen unless the coach says so previous to the game, whether it's a post-game press conference, a game before, or just some information comes out. But usually it's first off at morning skate, and that's how you know who's going to start. A quick view of the opening numbers show that ESPN bet customers could have gotten the Rangers at minus $1.45 after opening minus $1.50. That advantage did not last long for the folks in those 18 states that have access to ESPN Bet. Everyone now is about a minus $1.45. Bet US owns the best number available if you want the Panthers at plus $1.28. They opened up at plus $1.25. And so it's very important to shop for these numbers. It's also important too when you're betting the juice. It's okay to give up, especially when we're talking about. We're talking about NFL, college sports, where we're not talking about the key numbers, but it's okay to give up a half a point here and there to get better juice. Certainly when we're talking about the NBA or NBA totals, you can look at that as well. You can see all my plays up on Pick Dawgz right now for Wednesday night, minus $1.05, minus $1.08. Gave up a half a point in a lot of those, but I'm getting better juice, and that's going to be better for my bankroll overall. Injury update in this one: Matthew Tkachuk was back in the lineup after their 5-1 loss to the Minnesota Wild on Tuesday. It was reported they had missed 5 games because of an illness, but Tkachuk today said that was not the case. In fact, he had a small procedure, which I can't get any clarification on exactly what that procedure is, but enough to knock him out for 5 days. Played just under 17 minutes the other night with an assist. Early betting patterns show the usual. 71% of the money is on the Rangers. Pros pushing that number down after taking the plus money. I recommend getting on this game now as soon as possible. And speaking of Tkachuk and his team, the Florida Panthers, 4-3-1 this year, 2-6 against the puck line, 6-2 to the over, coming off that 5-1 loss to the Minnesota Wild on Tuesday. Interesting trend for the Panthers. They're just 15-20, minus 3.77 units when getting less than 35% of the public money line money. They're at 29% right now, so you might want to watch that if you have access to those percentages. The Rangers are 5-0-1. 5-1 against the puck line, 3-2-1 to the over this year. They've won 4 straight games, with 3 of their last 5 games cashing over tickets after smashing Montreal 7-2. A game where it wasn't quite. I mean, 7-2 looks like they absolutely dominated, but there was times when Montreal did take that game over. Just something to kind of put in the back of your mind, which it's important to watch these games to actually know those things. Over the last 2 seasons, the Rangers are 60-28 plus 13.74 units. Only the St. Louis Blues have produced more profit by less than 100 units or less than 1 unit. So the Rangers are in a terrific spot. They have been a terrific team to bet on over the last couple of years, and I don't think we're going to go away from that tonight. To say the Panthers played uninspired against the Minnesota Wild, that would be an understatement. In fact, the Panthers are now 2-3-1 against anybody not named the Boston Bruins. Sergei Bobrovsky was chased after giving up 5 goals and 16 shots through 2 periods, which really, again, makes it important to confirm goaltenders at Thursday's practice. Spencer Knight came in against Minnesota, made 6 saves on 6 shots. Peter Laviolette is moving his defenseman around in New York. He's found a decent pairing, I think, with Ryan Lindgren and rookie Victor Mancini on that third pairing. I think they're just going to get better. I think that's the right spot for both of those. For Ryan Lindgren especially. I think Lindgren will only get stronger, and that is good news in front of a world-class goaltender like Shesterkin. Rangers' offense is on fire this year. They've averaged over 5 goals a game to start the year, have not had less than 5 goals in any of their outings. So we're going to take the Rangers minus $1.45. Check that. I think they had 4 in one of those games. But anyway, they're averaging over 5 goals a game this year, which is absolutely a reliable offense. I mean, if you're going to tell me, hey, look, I'm going to put my money behind a team that's going to give me 5 goals or hasn't given me any reason to think you're not going to put it up again, that's a pretty reasonable wager, even at minus $1.45, $1.50, whatever you get it at. So we're going to take the Rangers in this one as your first free play. Game number 2, 7 o'clock Eastern Time, 45-46. Rotation numbers. Minnesota Wild against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Lightning minus $1.45, 6.5 under minus 11. Marc-Andre Fleury, 0-1 this year, 882 save percentage. He has been confirmed, so he will start this game. And of course, it makes sense because they want to get him a start before he starts against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Andrei Vasilevsky is listed as the probable goaltender for Tampa Bay. He's 3-2 this year, 3.13 goals against, 878 percentage. Save percentage. The best numbers out, plus 127s at the Westgate, minus $1.37 on Tampa Bay, plus 127 to Minnesota. Wait and see if you guys can get plus $1.30 on this game, because you can bet that the Lightning is going to get the majority of the public's money, and perhaps the Lightning will also get another push from the pros. We've already seen one Lightning wager from a respected wager at Bet Rivers, but that was at minus $1.27. So now that it's at $1.37, I don't know if the pros are going to put any more money into Tampa Bay. So far, 66% of the public money, and we know that the public will put it on Tampa Bay. They'll bet $3.50. So far, 66% of the public money is on Tampa Bay, along with 75% of the tickets. The Wild have won 3 straight games, winning by a total score of 12-3 in those games. They took down the Florida Panthers on Tuesday, the defending champions, as we talked about earlier. Lightning are 4-2 this year, 3-3 puck line, 4-2 to the over. They're fresh off that 8-5 victory against the New Jersey Devils. Still have lost 2 of their last 3 games. You have to commend John Hines, because he has this team playing disciplined with a top line that has produced 9 goals in 6 games. They're led by Matt Zuccarello, 4 goals, 7 points this year, and Kirill Kaprizov, 10 points to lead the team. I think after beating Florida, they are ripe for a down game. I'm still not sure about Tampa Bay's depth. and that really starts on their second line. Usually when we talk about depth, we're talking about the bottom six. I think we're really starting that off with the second line. They've got the second line has 6 goals this year. Brandon Hagel has 5 of those goals. So still, top line fantastic. Taking Stamkos out of the line, I'm still producing. But I think that depth, and it starts with their bottom 9 basically, is still needs to prove a little bit to me. Connor Geekie needs to start contributing. There's just no doubt about it, or you can't keep him on that second line. I'm going to take Minnesota here plus $1.27. And then finally, 10 o'clock Eastern time, 57-58, Winnipeg Jets on the road, minus $1.23, plus 114 for Seattle. 5.5 over minus 20 against the Kraken. Connor Hellebuck against Joey Decord are your probables. The best number on this game can be found at the Superbook at the Westgate with Winnipeg minus $1.23 and Seattle plus $1.13. We're going to see a little bit. It's the consensus number is plus $1.05. We can work with that if you're getting that, but again, just sit back and wait, because Winnipeg Jets money's coming in, and probably we're going to get a little bit better than the plus money that is being offered right now. Seattle's plus $1.14 at FanDuel in Pennsylvania. So if you have access to that book, you could jump on that. Just a cent more than we would get off of the consensus number. Actually, the consensus number just went up to minus $1.14. So it should be $1.14 across the board. Should be noted that the Kraken's Vince Dunn has been placed on LTIR, which is really not good for Seattle long term. We talked the other day about how important he is to the lineup, how their production is with him in the lineup versus without. Not very good, but I will say one thing: when you have a key member of the offense that is out, the next game or the next 2 games, you really want to jump on that team, because you got somebody moving up that really wants to prove themselves. So in the long term is when you get hurt because of the lack of depth, but in the short term, it could be a positive for a team where somebody isn't playing inspired hockey in his place. I had Seattle at plus $1.08 here, so we're getting a small amount of value in this one. It appears that this money is only going to go up. Everybody's on the Jets, which pushes number up almost 10 cents in most places off the opening number. So we're definitely going to get Jets money here. We did see a steam move out of FanDuel, New Jersey about an hour ago with a wager on the Jets minus $1.28. So there is a real possibility, as I've said 3 times now, that this is going to go up. Jets are 6-0 straight up, 3-3 against the puck line, 2-3-1 under after beating the St. Louis Blues 3-2 Tuesday night as a $1.40 favorite. Seattle 4-3 straight up. 4-3. Don't have the number up there right now for some reason. 3-4 to the under. Dropped a 3-2 decision against the Colorado Avalanche, breaking their 3-game win streak. This has been a spot historically, and this is just from a trend standpoint, this has been a spot where Seattle has thrived in their 4 years of existence, and that is when they're playing teams they have no business beating. They have been excellent at being a spoiler. Kraken are 19-16 plus 9.77 units against teams playing .650 hockey or better. Only Nashville and the Rangers have been more profitable, and of course Winnipeg is way over .650 hockey, so this applies. We're getting a good number here. The line seems to be begging the public to continue riding the Jets. We're going to go against the public here and take Seattle plus $1.14. Now get over to Pickdawgz.com, jump on that all-access pass to ensure you'll never miss another best bet winner again. Here's our Thursday free play recap: Rangers minus $1.50, Minnesota plus $1.24, and Seattle plus $1.14. That does it for today's show. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit that like and subscribe button. I appreciate it when people do that. For Against the Public, I'm Dana Lane. All the best to you and your wagers on Thursday.